Yo, I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good myself. I'm feeling nice and at peace right now, to be honest. Which I haven't felt for probably the past week. It's been, I mean, it's not like it's been a rough week, but like compared to my usual happy self, I've been a little low. I've been a little more stressed, and today I feel good. Today I feel like I can say what's on my mind. I don't feel like what I have to say is unimportant or it's not going to be good enough. Good enough, whatever that means, right? I'm kind of figuring out how to go with the flow again rather than, I mean, I'm always decent at going with the flow. Even when things get rough, I still have a decent sense of that. And you kind of have to if you're, I don't know, in a disciplined environment like myself with college wrestling. You can't, I mean, you're just not going to have that much success if you have to use force to get yourself to do everything. If everything's so hard that it's like you have to make yourself do it, you're not going to be that successful because nobody can just force their way through every struggle in life. Maybe you have to force yourself through homework. That's like one piece of life. Or maybe you have to force yourself through practice or lifting sessions, or but it's, you usually don't want to be forcing yourself to do, you want to be forcing yourself to do as little as possible. You want to learn to genuinely enjoy and love the things that you I guess the process, right? What you need to do to be great. If that's what your goal is, if your goal is excellence, you need to learn how to love um turning yourself into someone who's excellent, someone who's great at what they do and great in general, great to their family, great to their friends, great to strangers, great, excuse me, great athletically, great academically, great in general. You have to learn to love the process. You have to learn to go with the flow. You have to learn to be present, be right here doing what you're doing, right? Not in your head thinking about something else. And that takes practice. That takes getting you really got to get your, like, the hardest things out of the way first so you can the things you enjoy the least first out of the way first so you can start to, I guess, well, if you have those things still on your like to-do list, you're going to be worried. You're going to be thinking, "Oh, I know I have to do this later." And that's it's going to take you out of the present moment. Even if you're doing something that you love, you're still going to think about, "Oh, I'm not going to be doing this thing that I love forever today. I have to do this other thing." So that's why I just get those things, those hard things out of the way first. Once you get those hard things out of the way, then you can do not anything, obviously, because if you're on the path to greatness, um, there's some things you can't do. You can't just play video games, right? You can't just do crack. You can do drugs. I'm struggling to think of examples, but that doesn't matter. I know you guys get what I'm saying. But like, you can do things that will lead you in the right direction that are more enjoyable for you specifically. Like for me, because I have all this schoolwork I have to do, which I don't hate. It can be enjoyable for me. I do like writing and developing my thoughts and ideas. And obviously in school you have a lot of writing, but it's just the fact that it's not writing about the exact topic that I want to write about. It's not reading about what I want to read about. It's reading about whatever's assigned, right? Which, again, I don't hate. But when I get that out of the way quickly, then I can go to reading the books that I want to read. I can read or like studying what I want to study, learning the things that I want to learn, which obviously is a lot more enjoyable, and also I find is honestly a lot more beneficial. I found, well, I think it's just a common fact. I guess, is that the right word? Common. It's a well-known fact, I guess, that you learn better when you're interested in the topic at hand. If you can't, or if you're not interested in what you're learning or reading, you're not really going to be able to focus as well. You're not going to be able to get as much out of it. You often, well, when I read and it's something that I'm interested in, I have a lot of, I guess you'd think that having a lot of thoughts while you're reading is a bad thing because you're supposed to be present and like focused on the exact thing you're reading. But I mean, the thoughts that I have are about what I'm reading. It's like experience that I've had in my past that has to do with what I'm reading, and like helps me better understand it through I guess like just memories, right? Like, oh, I remember a time that what they're talking about like happened, right? It's like some psychology book, and I don't know, something like that, right? Um or you connect ideas from other books, and I find that when I'm actually interested in the book, in the topic, then I'm going to be having more thoughts like that, rather than thoughts, of course, that have nothing to do with what you're reading, and have to do with like what you're going to cook for lunch, or the work that you have to do later that you don't want to do, or the workout that you still have to do later today, or whatever it is, an argument that you had. If you're actually interested in what you're reading or doing, you're gonna get more out of it. And you can't get to that portion of your day and really, I mean, you can get to that portion of the day before all your shit's done, but you're not gonna get as much out of it if you're, like I said, if you're worried about doing those things that you don't want to do. You want to get those things out of the way, then go do these things, and of course then you're going to be able to get as much out of it as you can. You're going to be able to learn better than you're able to learn while in class. And I just think it's really important to remember to get all that out of the way, to go with the flow, learn how to go with the flow again by getting your responsibilities out of the way, and then your stress is lowered because you don't have to worry about those anymore. And you learn that things don't really matter as much as you thought they did, right? You're like, oh, I was so worried about all this, but why does it matter? It doesn't matter. I mean, like, if you really want to be edgy, I'm gonna die eventually. My family's gonna die eventually. Everyone I know is gonna die eventually. Why do I worry about the way I sound to one particular person or anybody in general, or the way I sound in this YouTube video, or the way I look, if my hair's messed up, if my teeth are yellow because I forgot to brush them? That's not true though. I did brush them, but these are just examples, right? Why does it matter? It doesn't really matter. And you remember that things don't matter as much as you think they matter when you de-stress, get rid of, or take care of the shit that you need to take care of. And it feels good. It feels really good. Not caring as much is a great feeling. And it is hard to achieve. It is hard to achieve. It is actually about specifically hard work, staying disciplined, about willpower, right? And that's, I guess, the definition of hard, of difficult, is things that you need discipline for are going to be difficult, and you need discipline to really achieve happiness and peace. So you can't be lazy, you can't be weak. You just have to go full force ahead, solve the problems that are causing you stress. Once those problems are relieved, then you can focus on doing the things that make you happy, and then that's when you achieve like the true highest form of happiness that I've found. And for me specifically, not even for me, I really do feel like humans evolved to be happiest when they're able to help other people, and you really just get this really profound sense of meaning and purpose when you're able to help other people. And I don't think that you're able to help other people until you've solved your own problems. So if you really want to experience what I believe to be like optimal happiness, optimal joy, fix your own problems through discipline, get through the struggle, then you can focus on what makes you happy. Maybe what makes you happy isn't what makes me happy, but I advise trying to help other people see how it feels. It feels good. It feels really good to me. Giving good advice. Once you get through your problems, you could advise other people how to get through their problems, and then you see them get through their problems because of your advice, and you're like, damn, I helped. I made a difference. It feels good, especially if it's people that you love, people like your friends, your family. I mean, not that helping strangers doesn't feel good too, but you really get to see it. I mean, obviously you love them. You want to see what's best for them, but also because they're in their life more, you get to see the progress unfold over time, and that feels really good. It's really satisfying to watch. So, get after your shit. Take care of your responsibilities, stay disciplined, take care of your problems, so then you have the ability to help other people take care of their problems. And that's when I believe, at least, that's when you're going to be happiest. So get your shit done, get your shit done, get your shit done, get your shit done, get your shit done.